Hi, my name's James Eirth. I'm an English teacher at St John the Evangelist in Nowra, and I'm just going to be talking to you today about how I use Scribo and the different features of Scribo to improve student writing and peer feedback in regard to extended responses for HSC Standard English.
This is just a quick clip to walk you through how to use Scribo. For this case, what we'll be using is my Take Two task from Greta Nash, and that's a piece called Two Piece. Now, this task here is the second task that they've had to complete. The first one was a cold writing task using Google, or you could also use Scribo. This one is the second, I guess, drafted piece where they're going to be implementing feedback that I've given them. So as you can see here, there are 10 people that have handed it in, 2 in progress. So what I'm going to do is click on the monitor button, and that'll take me to a quick overview screen of all of the students. Now what we'll do here is a couple of things. Is first we're going to do open, and this is where we're going to start our marking process. Now as you can see on the left hand side here, we've got a number of tabs that we can run through. What I always like to do first is run the writing check, because that gives me a quick overview of things that the AI component of Scribo picks up. Now, for example, some of these things here say writing suggestions. You have 4 long sentences. To get a bit of an overview, I simply click on that, and that highlights where the 4 sentences are. Now, I can quickly see here if Bailey, in this case, has an extremely long run-on sentence. So you can see here the second last sentence is quite long, 81 words, and that automatically tells me that, you know, there are going to be some issues with the piece. We also have a quick look at different things with some grammar issues that we can quickly identify, and that's for the students to see. Now, clicking the home button will take us back to the main tab page. Now, given feedback is, as I read through, I might identify a particular part of the text that needs some feedback. I'll show you one that I've seen. Now, using that writing check, I've just simply highlighted the word, typed in extremely long sentence, consider rewording, and turning the sentence. Now, I've clicked, when I save it, I either need to click well done or I need to click needs work. But what I've also done here is tagged some of the components up here. In this case, I've tagged sentences. So that'll help me later, because what it identifies is some of those tags where students may experience common issues. So for example, if their cohesives need work, if their paragraphing is well and truly out, some run-on sentences or short statements, grammar and spelling, topics if their ideas just aren't strong enough for standard year 12, then that's what we're going to identify. Once I've given all the feedback here, and you can also use this cool little microphone button that records you and converts it pretty easily, is I'm going to go down to grading. Now when I click on, I need to save that first. When I click on grading, I've actually asked the students to give themselves a grade using the rubric that I created. So this is the grade that Bailey has given herself. So at the end of it all, we've got some different categories. Now, what you will notice here is a little plus button. Overall, she's received a C. The little plus button here, if we hover over it, says save the current grades to grading history and add a new grade. That's what I want to do in this case. So previous to this, this little plus button didn't appear. To get it to appear, all I did was change. I gave her the same result because I want to save her self-check to the history of the text. So I'll click OK. That's then got version 1. That's been saved today. So that's her version. The current version is the one that I'm going to go through now, and I will give her a quick mark. Now I will change this, but for the sake of showing you what it looks like, I might give her 5 for her paragraphing, 5 for her use of text. I think I missed one there. Analysis of text. Now, I haven't gone through this by any means. I'm just showing you how it works. 6 for language and ideas. And then overall, I might say, you know what, I think she's at a B and an approximate band 5 for this essay. Now, once I've got the current version, I then need to hit the save button. And what you should see is version 1, which is Bailey's self-marked, version 2, which is mine. Now, this is important when we eventually get back to the overall monitor screen, and I'll show you that very quickly, because it will allow, once I hand back to Bailey, she will see her version, the mark that she gave, she will see my version, and then she'll also have the ability to update, implement the feedback, and that will become version 3. So we get a nice, good tracking of where the students are implementing the feedback and hopefully improving their work. Now, the other cool thing that I really like about this is I've used a writing plan just to give them some ideas, and it tells me whether or not they've used it. The thing that I really like is this report. So once I'm done, it'll give a report to the students. But we go through, it'll include the specific feedback that I have given and also the tags. It'll have the paragraph, and it'll give them a breakdown of the bands that they've got here. That's a pretty good little report just to print off and show, or that they can see on theirs. So once you're done, you will have an example. All their grades will be here, their writing levels, whether or not they've used a plan. If you see here, I've given Bailey 1 needs work. Once I congratulate her, it'll also have a well done status, and that is basically it. At the end of it, once I've finished all of the students, I'll simply go back and hand back all their assignments, and that will allow them to implement the feedback. So a pretty good little tracking tool to see where they're at, to see the improvements that they're making, but also to give some really nice timely feedback and highlight particular areas, whether it be grammar, sentence structure, paragraphing, ideas that they might need to work at. So that's about it for me. Hope it helped.